This ship's agility should have been nerfed yesterday. The speed at which this little hauler can deliver billions of ISK worth of cargo is simply broken. So yeah, I have become lazy this week, too lazy to haul AFK, so I didn't. Instead I made 3 mega hauls from 400 million to almost 1 billion ISK at a time and grew my asset valuation to 2.5 billion ISK. Oh, and by the way, I also made a small and completely useless feature to the online tool that nevertheless will save you a lot of time managing your trade when you begin to scale up. Hello spacefolk, I am glad to present you the best hauling ship in EVE universe that can haul 90% of consumer goods safely across high and low security space at a speed of, well, not exactly an interceptor, but really fast. Behold the Synesis, a destroyer by SOCT, who produce a range of ships that require 0 skills to pilot, provide uniform resistances and bonuses to all weapon systems at the same time, and uniform slot layouts. The first of these ships, the Gnosis Battlecruiser, have been first gifted to active players for EVE Online's 10th anniversary, and quickly became a first milestone ship for starting players. 8 years later, SOCT ship lineup grew out of hand, and here is why. The first and the most important issue with Synesis is that it is simply too agile for a destroyer. Without any major skill investments, it can reach the magical sub-2 second align time, which makes it virtually impossible to catch and destroy. With my skills I got 1.9 second with just 3 inertial stabilizers packed into its low slots. With a bit more training and a cheap aligned speed implant, it should be possible to achieve sub-2 second warp out with just 2 stabilizers, but don't quote me on that. To put this into perspective, only a handful of ships can do this in EVE. But alone this is not a big deal. Most of the ships that can warp out fast have ridiculously small cargo hold. Try hauling valuable stuff in a 2-second warp in interceptor with 100 cubic meter hold and you will hate this idea in no time. But this is not an issue for Gnosis, because being a destroyer-sized hull, it is outfitted with enormous cargo hold. Plug in a set of Tech 2 cargo hold expander rigs and you already have 990 cubic meters. Add the cargo hold expander in the last low slot and a set of secure cargo containers and you have a monster hauler for its size, warp speed and align time, that when piloted manually crosses Jita to Amar in less than 40 minutes with any amount of value in cargo. And this is not even the sweetest part of this hull, but more on this later. So I did my hauling trips with Synesis. I had to do a bit of legwork to make sure that I have a reliable undog bookmark in Jita and dog bookmark in Amar. Never pilot sub-2 second or stealth capable ships without dog and undog bookmarks or face consequences. Other than that, it was a bit nervous but otherwise pretty pleasant experience. Back in the day I did something similar with blockade runners, and that was way more exciting in a bad way, because of the need to hit that 1 second window after warp out command to enable cloaking device. Synesis is a straightforward ship. When loaded in the new system, press dock on the next gate, which your autopilot conveniently selects for you, and try not to get distracted in the next 50 seconds. Rinse, repeat, dock up and sell your goods. By the way, about this latter part, the small improvement I mentioned is a tool that will check the current sell order's original historical price from ESI API in the destination trade hub for you. To use, you just need to open your hangar, press Ctrl A to select all the items or select items you plan to sell manually, press Ctrl C to copy the manifest into the clipboard, paste the manifest into the tool and press the button to get suggested prices. Then right-click selected items as usual and select Sell All. If you don't mess with items between these steps, you should get to the Sell All window populated with your items in exactly the same order as the output of the tool. What is left for you is to simply copy-paste prices one by one into the game window and open the sell orders. When there is no competition, the suggested price is based on the original history plus about 99% margin. For other cases, it undercuts the lowest competitor by 0.5% of the price, and it also runs things automatically the way the trade system requires it. Enjoy! And here's a quick tip on how to make the 45 jump trip back to Jita in about 3 minutes once you are done with the orders. To do that, you need to have no implants in your head before the trip. You can make a new jump clone with no implants in some clone-capable citadel near Jita, if you have any. You will also need to set your home station in one of the stations in Jita system. One option is the other station at Planet 414 that nobody uses anyway. With these things ready, leave your Synesis and undock in a pod. Warp to the closest Celestial and use Q key to move a bit after the warp field collapses. Right-click your pod and select self-destruct. In 2 minutes you will be back in Jita, making the whole round trip in Synesis less than 50 minutes long. Every 12 or so trips, collect your pool of ships and make a public hauling contract from the target trade hub back to Jita. At the cost of about 3 million ISK per haul, they will be delivered to you by some bored freighter pilot so that you can reuse them. And the best part of this method is that you can stay in the trade hub to update your orders after a while and only take the pod express when you decided that it is time to make a new haul. So no more AFK hauling for me? Well, maybe for now. Stay tuned for more tool updates, more of my tips for hauling, and my thoughts on when a trader should get an Omega subscription, if ever. Fly safe!